everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel and happy Friday. I thought it would be fun today to do a little get ready with me with a request that I had. Many of you wanted to have me share my eye look from the other day that I had in my favorites video, and I thought, well, of course I can do that for you. So we are going to recreate that look using one of my favorite all-time quads from Chanel. That is the Blurry Gray, most worn. Guys love this guy, as well as just kind of do a little bit of a glowy skin, glossy lip look. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we are going to try to duplicate the look I did the other day, and you guys were so sweet, and someone had asked if I've been doing anything internally, and I am in the midst of cleansing. I do that 4 times a year. So I do go back to having a green juice a day. I swear this is the kind of key to feeling better, but I also see it in my skin. So having a little bit of that this morning. So good. I am going to clip my hair back. I've got some cute little bougie clips from Chanel. This came as my little holiday gift from Chanel. So gonna just pull back my hair a little. Someone had said it was very distracting. Sorry about that. Okay, so what I was gonna do is I am going to use my Future Skin. I'm gonna be using it in Alabaster down the midline of the face, and then the Ivory around the perimeters. And then I was going to share that I haven't used this in a while, you guys, but if you're looking for kind of that beautiful, healthy, glowy skin, or you need to cheat, this guy, the Hollywood Flawless Filter, I do like to add a bit of this into my base. So I thought we would do that today, give extra glow. And I just take the doe foot and I put just about that amount. You guys, that's what I'm gonna mix in. Otherwise, I find it to be just a little bit too, not necessarily fake, but you know, I just want a little extra glow, not a ton. And then we are gonna take the color in Alabaster and I'm gonna mix this together. So this is gonna be going down the midline of my face. We'll just come down here. And on the sides here. We're gonna look a little crazy for a minute. And then I've got a little bit of this off the cap of my Future Skin, and I'm gonna do just some dots around the perimeter of the face. And then I'm gonna take my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Complexion brush, and we are going to buff this into the skin. Okay, you guys, we have complexion on, and what I am finding is that I'm not gonna put concealer on right now. We are gonna be doing a gray smoky eye. And what I found is I like to do a little bit of the foundation, just kind of brush it underneath my eye gently, but kind of less is more underneath my delicate wrinkly area. So what I will do is I'll go in with concealer once I'm done doing my eyes where I really need to lighten it up. Now I like to let that sink in to the skin a bit while I do my eye. Okay, one of my most worn quads, and this is my favorite. This is the Blurry Gray from Chanel. It's sort of like my go-to eye when I'm kind of like, what should I wear? I always tend to go back to this guy. So we are going to recreate the eye look I had the other day. And to be honest, I just used these 3. I didn't really opt to use this guy right here, but we can today. Let's just see how it goes. Okay, guys, we are going to start with this shade right here, and we're gonna start building a crease. I am using Wayne Goss number 16, kind of a little fluffy brush here. And we are gonna come here and I'm just gonna start by creating a little shadow with that gray taupey color. Okay, you guys, just a really nice little wash, creating a little shadow in that area. And then I went in with this shade right here, and it's a little bit darker of a gray. And I built that up on the outer corner V and then a little bit into my crease area. So what I'm going to do is I'm using the Sonia G Crease Pro, so it's a little bit more defined, and I'm just taking a little bit of that color, and then I just did a very nice light hand over here, and I started building up just a little bit of color into that crease as well as the side V. And again, I'm kind of just doing nice light. These are very pigmented shadows. And I love a gray kind of smoky eye, but just not too intense. Going in with that bigger, the fluffy number 16, and I am just going to blend everything. I just want a soft, well blended shadow here. Then the magic happens, and this is this shade right here. I just love this, you guys. It is this kind of cool, almost silvery patina shade, and I think that's what you guys were saying you liked on the eyes. And I'm going to use the number 17 from Wayne Goss, and I'm going to take some of that and I put that all over. It's got a teeny bit of shimmer in it, not over the top. I just love this color, and I just put that on the base of the lid. Now, this color alone is worth the palette for me. I just love that shade. Okay, next step is I have a new eyeliner that I'm obsessed with, and that is the CHANTECAILLE, and this is in Slate. So I really like kind of a dark gray shade for my eyes. I feel like it makes it pop a little bit more. Black can sometimes be a little bit too harsh, and I'm finding that Slate is just a tad bit softer. And then you guys, these are just these kind of gel formula, very similar to my favorite from CHANTECAILLE. And what I did was I just I put this in the waterline on the upper and the lower, and then I smudged it out, and then we'll go in with a powder shadow. Okay, so we put that on. I'm taking the Sonia G. This is the Pencil Pro. This is like one of my favorite brushes. And then what I do is I soften the edges down here. Just a little smudge. I take any excess of that slate and I can kind of build up over in that V with that kind of gel liner color. Then the last thing I did was I took this powder color over here, a little bit darker kind of slate, and I just kind of softened that again, the edges just near the baseline with the powder. Using this a little bit underneath just to kind of connect everything. And then I don't know about you guys, but I always kind of go, take my fingers in, just kind of make sure that it's not bleeding into my wrinkles. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes here. We'll add a little touch of highlighter up into the brow bone once we get to that point, but this is the basic eye. And then of course, to ground everything, I really need mascara. So I am going to go put on my Chantecaille mascara. I am going to clean up my brows just a bit, and then I'll be right back and finish off the face. Eyeballs are on, and then at this point is when I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer under my eyes. I'm just finding that less is more underneath that area, so I tend to just spot correct. Now usually I would use my Chantecaille Le Camouflage Stilo, but for the life of me, I cannot find it. So I don't even know if they make this anymore, but basically you guys, any sort of highlighting pen. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Retoucher. I loved this stuff, but I kind of think it's gone now. But anyways, I've got a little backup of it, and I just use this little brush. Any sort of highlighting pen that is thin in nature will kind of work right here. And so then what I do is I'm just going to come right up into that dark area. And then I like to take just a damp beauty blender and kind of go right into that and kind of bring it underneath the eye. So if there's any sort of excess fallout from the smoky eye, it'll brighten it up just a little bit. So I'm kind of going down and then back up. Now we are gonna warm up the skin, and I have been obsessed with the SISLEY PHYTO Touche. This is their gel bronzing, sun glow bronzing powder. And I first like to take my Sonia G and the Sonia G Sculpt one, and I like to do a little bit of sculpting of the cheekbones, and then I will use this as an all over kind of bronze just to finish. So I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of cheeks here. I also like to take a little bit of this bronzer, guys, and use that just in my crease. This is just something I like to do to kind of tie in my eye look, kind of make everything a little bit cohesive. Totally not necessary. This is something I learned along the way and have kind of gotten in the habit of it. For blush, I am going to be using my Bliss blush. This is from Chantecaille. Love this, just kind of a neutral pink that's gonna kind of liven up the complexion. And I'm just gonna put that a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. And out. Then as highlighter slash kind of a blush topper, you guys, I love this Giorgio Armani. This is their Fluid Sheer, and this is in number 8. I know it looks like bubblegum pink, but it just adds a really pretty kind of glow to the skin. And they are so sheer that it's not, don't be scared. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna look pretty on the skin. So I just like to take a little bit of this, and I'm gonna tap it on kind of as a blush topper slash highlighter. And this is where I like to put a little bit of this pink up on the brow bone. I love the kind of pink and gray contrast. Now with this, I just use the side of the Beauty Blender, and I'm just gonna kind of punch that, tap that into the skin. And then we are going to set the makeup with the powder. So again, you guys, I've been using this Chantecaille. This is their HD powder, but this one is in Candlelight. So it's got a little bit of illumination. And again, you just kind of pump this out. I'm gonna show you because some people have said they couldn't get it coming, but you'll see a little bit of it come out, and it's got a little bit of illumination, but not too much. So I kind of like to just brush that down the center, and then I just kind of blend everything together, you guys. Then we're gonna put on one of the FITGLOW Beauty Lip Serums, and I'm gonna be using it in Nude. And I wanna show you guys, here is the doe foot applicator. Donna, you had asked for me to show that, so I'm hoping this kind of shows just like this. And then we'll put this on the lips. And you guys, it is just a really perfect kind of pinky nude. It's not gonna wash you out, it'll give you a little bit of color. Okay guys, little bit of easy lip on. And then to finish everything off, I did just get the Rosewater Harvest Refill Kit. So basically a setting spray, and I really do love the CHANTECAILLE. This is their Rose de Mai Pure Rose Water. This has the best little sprayer on it. So then I will just set everything with the rose water. So refreshing, and it just is gonna take away any sort of powder look. And then essentially, you guys, I am ready to go. I'm gonna do a quick fragrance of the day, and today I'm gonna be using kind of my standard go-to, which is Gris DIOR. This is something I've had. This is a repeat purchase. This is just a really pretty sort of rose patchouli fragrance. I just love it, and it's just sort of a classic fragrance, or I think so. It is perfect for the weather today here. This is just sort of my classic sort of signature scent, and just love it. So it is a Gris DIOR kind of day. Okay, you guys, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for always being so kind to me, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend.